in my heart, and my soul. Hold me tight.
What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Philo, and I'm back for another video. Now today's video is going to be about being church hurt. And sometimes, you know, you go to different churches and you don't feel the vibe, or you know, people are looking at you crazy, or you know, you just get bad energy from just the people there in general. Like, you don't feel welcome. And to be going to a place that's supposed to be so uplifting, so positive, that can set you back some. And I want to talk about today of a story time about when me and my wife was rejected membership of a church because we are married. So this was about what's this month? This month it is October, so I'm gonna say this was probably May or June of 2018, so this year. And me and my wife, we had moved with my brother and his wife, and we were there and they invited us to church, and we went to church. It was a really good vibe, you know. The pastor, preached wonderfully. The congregation was so welcoming, so just lovely people. And you know, we went to regular service, me and my wife. We also went to Bible studies, and my son attended the children's church on Sunday and Wednesday as well for Bible study. And you know, we were going there, we were getting fed. It was nothing but good energy, nothing but just positivity and uplifting, and just, it was a really good vibe. Like, it was, you know, nothing. We were there, and while we were there, you know, we gave to the church, gave offering to the church on both Sunday and Wednesday, you know, just to give back to this entity that was bringing so much positivity into our lives and everything. So me and my wife got to a point where it was like, you know what, we're gonna be here, you know, let's join the church. So when you do new membership, you gotta like fill out this paperwork or whatever, and just, you know, fill it out, tell them what you want to do, how you want to volunteer, where you think you'll be best fit to volunteer and stuff like that within the church. And you know, so me and my wife both did that, and then they ask you on there, are you married, are you single, you know, so they have the different kinds of new membership classes. So you do new membership classes, and then they also offer like single membership for like single people that's in the church, and then they offer not marriage counseling, but like marriage classes as well there in the church. And you know, they ask you like where you want to be placed and stuff like that. And you know, we filled it out and, you know, gave it to, you know, the people who were collecting this information from us, and you know, we just let it be. So like, we kept going to church on Wednesdays and also on Sunday. And then like a couple of weeks passed, and we got a phone call from the pastor of the church, and he was asking us like, oh, okay, so I see you guys both filled out this paper, and I see that, you know, it both say that you guys are married, and so can I assume that you guys are married to one another, or are you guys married to, you know, other people and everything? So, you know, at that question, you know, I brought my wife in, and you know, I was, you know, had him on speakerphone just because he said he wanted to talk to us or whatever. And so I was, you know, we were listening, and he was basically saying, oh, well, you know, he denied our membership for the church because we were married to one another. And that really set me back a bit, you know. And he was just like, I can't have this in the church, and I won't approve y'all membership. I won't let y'all volunteer in the church and everything. And it was just one of those things, just like, what am I hearing right now? Like, it was very hard. to hear that, because all you want to do is just like, give back and to this congregation that was, very positive, and to hear him say, "Oh, you can't give back. We won't allow you to, because what would I'll have to." He basically was like, "Oh, I'll have to answer for, y'all being members of the church, and that's me kind of approving of y'all lifestyle choice or whatever. And I see that, this is something that y'all feel that isn't wrong, or, and you're not changing it because you went so far to get married." And it was a lot to hear. Like, it really messed me up a little bit. Like, really? And he explained to us, "Oh, we've had this before in the church, where it was another woman that was in the church, I guess that was a lesbian or whatever." And he was like, he would not allow her to be a member of the church. She could come, she could do this, but she could not volunteer. She couldn't be a part of the body. As far as like, "Oh, I guess we're going to pollute the body of the church." And I'm just like, this is why people don't come to church, because everyone is so judgmental. Like, you don't have the final say about who I am and what you think and everything. And I understand that you have the final say as far as right now, and that I can't join this church, but it really isn't up to you on, trying to victimize me or make me feel some type of way about what you think my sin is. And it just was, it was unheard of. I was very hurt. Me and my wife were just sitting there really like crying over it. Like, I can't believe that this happens. Like, you hear about things of this sort. It's just like, no, like, maybe it wasn't what it was, but it was the truth. It hurt so bad. Like, I think what's really made me upset in that moment was that, like, we're good people, and we just want to help. We just want to be of service to people in any way that we can. And because people judge us by being this married lesbian couple, that I must be bad, or I must be this, or I must be that. I can't, people judge you off of, who you are. And it really sucks, to be labeled as something, and you can't do anything about how people feel about you and how they take you and how they judge you. But that was an experience that was just, it was one for the books. Those was like, okay. So then we end up stop going to the church, because I'm just like, I don't want to be a part of something that really isn't really accepting of me, when, God accepts everyone. And you might feel that I'm a sinner, or that I don't want to right my wrongs of my sins, or whatever that you might think. I know who I am. I know God knows who I am. And for that, in that moment, I couldn't take it. I just was like, if you don't want me, if you don't want to experience me and who I am, not just what you feel you labeled me as, if you don't want to experience that for me and my wife, like, it's your loss, and that's what you just have to do with people. If people don't like you, or demonize you, or victimize you for whatever, being different, so what? Be yourself, and don't change for anybody, because nobody else don't change for nobody either. Like, just be yourself. As long as you, a good person through and through, don't worry about what nobody else got to say about who you are and how you live your life, because it's not up for them. They don't get the final say. They're not the judge and the jury. And yeah, that was my story on how I was church hurt. It sucks, but there's a church out there for me and my wife and my son that will accept us and will let us volunteer and be of service to people, because that's what it's truly all about. Just making other people better and being of service to others. And if you can't see that, it's your loss.